So if you weren't aware, Jello Jello is actually made in Korea and it's not easily accessible where I live, which is in the US. So I had to find a supplier that actually ships to the US. So I actually purchased this from a shop I found on TikTok called shopkwystle, but her business actually ships Jello Jello to the US for an affordable price. So here on the box, it explains everything that's going to come in the package, and it also is explaining here that you don't have to soak your nails off, you do not have to use a drill or a file to get your polish or gel extensions off, you just have to use this product. So like I mentioned before, Jello Jello is made in Korea, so of course all the instructions and things on this box are going to be in Korean. It's perfectly fine because in the box, Crystal included a thank you card, and then it also has a QR code that will explain to you in English how to apply the product. So I think that's enough of the background information. I'm gonna move along and open this package finally, and we can see what's inside. So in this box, we have the Jello Jello peel off base coat, of course, the 1 kill remover, and then some orange cuticle pushers. So this is the 1 kill gel remover, and you place this all over your nail and then it starts to eat away at the gel polish. I know that sounds super aggressive, but that's essentially what it does. It's in a very liquidy consistency, and I'm gonna actually open the bottle so you can see for yourself. This has a very interesting smell. For some reason, I originally thought it wasn't gonna smell like anything because I was thinking it was more like an oil that doesn't really have a scent. But it does have a sweet popsicle-like smell, and it doesn't reek of chemicals. So that is definitely a plus because I hate the smell of some of these gel removers on the market that smell like straight up paint thinner. But this one, I like that the smell is kind of faint and not super strong. So next we have the orange cuticle sticks. These are pretty standard. You've probably seen these a million times. It does come with a good amount of sticks, but if I'm being honest, I am not the biggest fan of orange cuticle sticks because whenever they get wet or moist, whatever word you want to use, they start to kind of crumble apart. So it is what it is. It comes in the box in case you need them. And last but certainly not least, we do have the peel off base coat here in this red bottle. As far as consistency goes, you can see it here. It's not super liquidy, it's not thick at all, but if I had to put it on a scale from here to here, I would put it about here. I just wanted to say that this is a 10 milliliter bottle, and if I'm comparing it to some of the things that we have here in the US, most polishes are about 15 milliliters. So for example, here is a gel base coat that I have here on my desk, and you can see that it is 15 milliliters versus 10 milliliters. Of course, not saying that this is the end all be all, but I thought you should know that because if you are spending money on it, you're probably going to compare it to what you have in your house. But despite it being smaller than the typical polish bottle size that we find here in the US, you do still get the 1 kill gel remover, which is 30 milliliter of product. And then you also get the orange cuticle sticks included in the box as well. So let's go ahead and jump into the tutorial because I am very excited to try this. Following the instructions, they do say to actually do your prep like you normally do. I am just starting off by applying a dehydrator. Next, I'm gonna grab my primer and apply this to each of the nails. And when I'm done, I am gonna wait about 15 to 20-ish seconds so the primer has the chance to dry down and get nice and tacky. Now, when I think about it, I'm hoping I actually was supposed to apply a primer because a primer is gonna help things last. Okay, I'm just gonna do like normal. It is what it is. Next, I'm going to grab the star for today and apply this to each of the nails. So I'm only going to apply this right in the center, but not go all the way to the edge of my nail. So I did the right hand off camera and I applied it to the entire nail. So I actually want to see which one holds up or which one is best. All right, so we're going to see how this goes. For today, I am going to be using McCart's gel extension system, and I am using their medium coffin tips and then their Prep in One glue, which has like 3 different uses. You can use it as a base gel, use it to adhere your tips, or use it even as a builder gel, I believe. So now that my tips are all on, I am going to remove the shine. You can do this with a buffing block, but I'm going to speed this process right on up and use a e-file. I'm using a sanding bit on here, and I'm just going to go back and forth until there is no shine left on these extensions. So here are what the nails are looking like, all prepped and ready to go. I'm taking some lint-free wipes and some alcohol to remove the remaining dust that is left behind from the e-file, because there's always dust everywhere. And you want to not skip this step, because if you do, sometimes the little fuzzies and the little dust will get in your gel polish and leave things very bumpy, textured, and just not cute. So we're going to take some time to remove the dust from the nail. So I actually purchased this polish, and it's called Voodoo, and for some reason it gives me glow in the dark vibes. It does not glow in the dark, but that's what I see, so that's why we're gonna pretend like it's perfect for spooky season. Anytime you buy D&D polishes, you do have the option to purchase them in a set, which includes regular polish as well as gel polish. But as you can see here, it's a very pretty mint green. So I'm gonna take this gel polish and apply a thin layer to each of the nails. So here is what one layer of this polish looks like. It definitely needs a second coat, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. I'm all done applying my second layer, so now I'm gonna go ahead and cure this for 60 seconds, and we're gonna move on to the chrome. So I decided to add a little bit of chrome on top of this color. I actually did swatch these chromes in a previous video, so if you want to see what they all look like, I will link that video right here. I'm gonna actually opt for the one with the green color shift. So because I'm not working with any intricate lines or anything like that today, I'm just going to grab the applicator sponge and apply the chrome directly on top of the nail. I did not use a top coat of any sort. I just left the sticky layer of the green polish there, and I'm just working that chrome in. I know there are about 50 million different ways to apply chrome, but this way worked perfectly fine. So here is what the chrome looks like up close. It definitely gives more of a Tinkerbell vibe instead of a Halloween vibe. So I guess if you're going to be Tinkerbell for Halloween, this is going to work for you. But anyway, let's go ahead and move along. So I always seal my chrome in with a top coat, and I use this one all the time. It works great with chrome. So I'm going to apply that to each of the nails. But we are not done for today's video. I'm going to hold on to these for about a week, and then I'm gonna come back and then check in to see how they're holding up with the Jello Jello base coat, if they even budge. I do have high hopes for this, so let's see how everything goes. So we are back. It has been a little over a week at this point. I'm ready to just change the design, and I wanted to show you how my nails are looking. So I'm gonna show you how they are holding up. I'm only seeing some lifting on my left hand, and this is the hand where I only put the Jello Jello base coat in the center of the nail. But on my other hand, I don't have any lifting at all. You can even see how my nails have started to grow out. So now I'm going to show you how to do the removal process, and I'm following the instructions provided by shopkwystle. So I'm taking the 1 Kill gel remover, and I'm going to place this around my cuticle area. And after I'm done applying this around each of the nails, I am going to let it sit for a little bit, maybe about 30 seconds, so that it has some time to start working. So I'm going to start with the pointer finger because it's already lifting, so I'm assuming that this should be the easiest one to remove. And I think we're seeing some movement. Okay, so that wasn't too bad, but remember that one was already lifting and coming off. So as you can see here, there really isn't any damage done to my natural nails. What you see there is just leftover glue residue, but as far as my natural nail goes, it looks fine. So let's go ahead and try the other fingers. So as I was trying the other fingers, they honestly did not glide right off like I thought they were. I had to go back multiple times and add more of that 1 Kill remover to get them off. I'm not going to lie, as you can see here, I got a bit frustrated. And so when I was being a little rough, I did lose some of my natural nails, which I'll talk about that a bit later. So I was able to get the left hand off without a lot of issues, but it did take a while. So moving on to the right hand, I do expect to have more of an issue because I did apply this all over the entire nail. On the left hand, I only applied it in the center and I did feel like it took a while, so I can only imagine how long this hand is going to take. But anyway, we are just going to push on, literally. Okay, so I'm going to be honest here. This was a struggle to get off my right hand. It took me 30 minutes to get the right hand off alone. The left hand I was able to get off in about 15 minutes, so this is double the time. I mean, this was just frustrating to say the least. It looks like they're popping off a lot easier here on the video, and that's because I sped up a lot of the clips, but it does come off, but it was very difficult to get off. So yeah. Like, as you can see here, I'm having to really like push that cuticle pusher and it's just not budging. I keep going back and forth, adding some more of the gel remover, and I keep repeating the process, and it was just taking so much time. I mean, the truth is I got very frustrated, and here you can see the color is gone from the extension because I was actually just going to remove these like I normally do and just soak them off. But I was like, no, don't give up. Finish, like, see it through, and it took forever. So instead of you guys just watching me struggle here, I'm just going to speed past all of this and just give you my final thoughts on this product. So there are a few things I want to say. I'm going to start off with the good. Here are my natural nails with the extensions all off. The actual layers of my nails are not damaged, so I will say that the product does not cause any damage. Now, the issue that I personally had was that the base coat, I was tugging at it, not being gentle, because I got frustrated, if I'm being honest. I just completely did. And while doing that, my natural nails broke off. So that's completely user error. I cannot blame that on the product itself. That was a me thing. So don't get frustrated with this product. If it's not coming off, just take your time and try to be as gentle as possible so that you don't lose the length of your natural nails. One of the recommendations I do have is that this comes with the orange cuticle pushers, and I don't recommend that you use these because once the remover product gets on those cuticle sticks, they start to disintegrate. So I recommend actually using maybe a plastic cuticle pusher on something that looks like this. That way the product that you're using is not going to eat away at the cuticle sticks. Now, for everything else I have to say about the product, if I'm just being upfront, I don't love it right now. And the reason why is because I originally bought this product to make the gel extension removal process faster. I wanted it to be more convenient. I didn't want to constantly be soaking my hands in acetone, and I felt that this was more difficult than when I soak off my nails, and it took double the time. There is a positive in the sense where you're not soaking your hands in acetone to get this off, but my honest opinion is I'm not sold on it just yet, but I do want to give it another shot and not really give up on it. Sorry guys, I really wanted to love it with first impressions. So if you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any suggestions on using this product, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I will see you in the next video here.